Pitching is a really interesting aspect of film writing, because you need to go in and talk to, if it's a feature, going in to talk to a studio person or a producer, and or in television you're pitching to against a network or a studio, and tell them basically what you want to write. And to me, I consider it a performance. And I don't mean you stand up and act out all the parts. There are some writers that I believe do that. It's not me, and I think most writers aren't. But the extreme other side of that is writers who go in and kind of mumble through it, and kind of don't look people in the eye and all that. And you really have to be prepared to. You want to try to get the person listening to understand your passion for the idea, why you have a passion for it, and transfer as much of that to them as possible. Again, in a very shortened version of something. So this is why a lot of writers write on spec, meaning speculation, meaning you write the script itself, because now everything that you want to say and all the little delicious bits and pieces that you have that you have in mind are there on the page. The frustration for me in a pitch is, at best they're 10 minutes long, 15 minutes long, because you just don't, the person A doesn't have time to listen to a long pitch, and plus people's attention spans are short. And so you have to distill down this fabulous idea of yours into a really kind of short, exciting, short telling. And one of the best ways to kind of dive into that and keep yourself on track as you have your 110-page movie idea in mind, and you're trying to distill it down into telling it in 10 minutes, is if you go to the office in the morning, or you go to school, and you'd say, "Oh, gee, I saw this great movie last night," or "I went to the movies and I saw this great movie," versus "What's it about?" You don't go into like a 15-minute description of what that movie was about. You tell them in like 2 seconds. It's about these giant transformer robots that come to Earth, and these other ones that have already been here, and they've got this thing, that they're trying to, from their culture that they're trying to save, and it's really cool, Now, that's an incredibly short telling of Transformers. I hope it's clear that it was Transformers, but it's that sort of thing. So it's in the movie business, they call it either the elevator pitch or the water cooler pitch, but it's essentially, I call it the elevator pitch, which is if somebody was about to get in the elevator and the doors were about to close, what would you tell them very quickly to get them to understand what the idea is, and just, if you can distill it down that small, now you know the essence of what your story is, and now you can elaborate on that, and 10 minutes can seem like a luxury because you're simply adding detail to something that's really that short, and so it really is a performance. You really have to go in energized and ready to kind of be enthusiastic about your idea. And even if there's parts of your idea that are a little rough, you need to either be prepared to smooth over that, or be prepared to, seem as enthusiastic about that part as you do about others. And there's a lot of stuff you can leave for questions too. I find that really effective. I need to know my story really well. And there may be things that I go, okay, there's this whole other side story with this character that I absolutely love, but I can't go into that in this pitch because it's not salient to the main thing. But often people will say, well, that other character, okay, now what happens with him, or what, and now they've opened the door, and plus I've got an answer, so I've got this kind of whole elaborate thing. So I find that really that helpful too. And there's times that I leave a pitch and I'm frustrated because they didn't ask the question, and I didn't get a chance to tell them all this kind of other delicious stuff. But I'm leaving the room in 15 minutes, not an hour and a half later.